Okay, so here I just want to run through a quick example in the flexible price equilibrium world, right? The basic structure here is that we have a goods market, which is going to give you your IS curve. You are going to have a labor market representing the supply side of the economy, which is going to give you your production level, your production function. And then we have the IS and the production together are what pin down the relative values of Y and R. And then the money market is distinct, because with flexible prices, the price level doesn't affect anything real, so you can sort of deal with the monetary block of the model after. So let's start by setting up our underlying markets, right? We always need to start with our goods market and our labor market. So our labor market is about the wage. Our goods market is about final demand, C plus I plus G, right? We have an equilibrium condition in the goods market that Y must equal C plus I plus G. We have labor demand, which slopes down, and labor supply, which slopes up. And then we have our actual consumption function. So the example that I'm going to do here is, I don't know, let's make something up. Let's imagine that we have an increase in desired labor supply. And if you're following the textbook equations at home, this would be this theta parameter. Again, all these functions have variables, and you're going to be given variables in the test, but you should know what forces move them. So here we are going to shift the labor supply curve out. There's more labor supply. We're going to be moving from this point down to this point. We're going to be getting more labor. And this increase in labor supply is going to lead to more output, right? According to our production function, Y equals AFKN. What does that look like graphically? Well, if I give myself some more space to show that graphically, I'm going to draw more diagrams. So if we draw a equilibrium diagram between R and the interest rate, we have an unchanged IS curve. We have AFKN, my production function, and we see immediately that this is going to increase, right? We're going to get more output, so we're increasing the amount that we produce, and the economy is changing from this original equilibrium 0 and moving down to this new equilibrium 1, and that's consistent with a lower interest rate, right? So the first thing we should notice here is that what we always need to do is to remember to be consistent. This model that we're contemplating is a complicated model with a bunch of different angles to it. When we draw Y increasing here, we better draw it increasing in the goods market as well, right? And if I go back to the goods market, what's happening here is that these things are a function of the interest rate. So when the interest rate is going down, you get new demand for consumption and investment based on the lower interest rate, which is generating that increase in output in the goods market. So people are buying the extra output that they're producing because the interest rate has fallen to encourage that the consumption. So if I go back down to my equilibrium, now I'll finish things off with the money market. Right? We have a money market. And just as an aside, remember that the IS curve is not shifting because there's no fundamental change in consumer or investment behavior. They're merely reacting to the interest rate change. They're not fundamentally changing their behavior for every interest rate. If I draw my money market with price at the vertical, right? And this is important because in general, right, we are assuming flexible prices, so prices can adjust here. We're going to have money supply. We're going to have money demand. And we remember that money demand depends on the real interest rate and Y. So the first thing here is we have R goes up. And so the R going up means that you want less money demand because money is more expensive, right? We have a higher opportunity cost. And then we also have y going up, which means we want more money demand because we have a bigger economy, right? Stimulating. Oh, sorry. I drew R going the wrong way, like an idiot. R is going down here, right? So we want more money demand because we have a lower opportunity cost. And we also want more money demand, so a bigger economy. So the money demand curve is coming out. We have P, T, M, D, R prime, pi, E, Y prime, right? And that is consistent with a falling price level, right? So here, if I want to wrap all this up, I would first conclude that R is going down and Y is going up and that N is going up and that the wage is going up, right? Those were the direct effects. And really, I reversed those. These two effects are causing this, right? The expansion in the labor market is driving an economic boom. And then two, right, the increase in interest rates is driving up investment, and the interest in interest rates and the interest increase in Y is driving up consumption. And then over three, that means that prices are going to fall because of the changing money demand, the growing economy.